citizens, Donald Trump and Elon Musk team up to send Americans to Mars in 2025. And he wanted to plant American flag on Mars. Trump calls Elon Musk to help. SpaceX builds special Mars rockets. NASA joins the crazy plan. People line up to go to Mars. Training centers open everywhere. Scientists get first tickets. Some rich people pay big money. People learn to live in tiny spaces. Special Mars food gets made. Everyone learns space skills. Fitness becomes super important. Huge crowd watches the rocket. Trump pushes the launch button. Elon Musk checks all systems. Life on the rocket as people play space games. Eat special space food, exercise in small spaces, make videos to send home. What happens on Mars? First flag gets planted. People build tiny houses, grow food in special rooms, do science experiments, take lots of Mars selfies. What do you think of this?
It seems Donald Trump wants to build a massive empire during his presidency. First, he'll take over Canada, then Mexico, the Panama Canal, and finally, Greenland. If this vision became a reality, here's what the US might look like. Removing borders with Canada would boost security and cut defense costs, as the US spends heavily on Canada's defense. Adding Mexico would bring cultural richness, workforce, and a booming tourism industry. Greenland's strategic location and natural resources would make the US a true global superpower. And with the Panama Canal under its control, this nation would dominate global trade and energy flows. The combined land area would be 9.3 million square miles, 1.5 times larger than Russia. With a population of over 500 million, this new country would be the third most populous, behind India and China. And with a GDP over $30 trillion, its power would be unquestionable. Elon Musk's net worth of $433.9 billion isn't just massive, it's mind-blowing when compared to entire countries and organizations. His fortune exceeds the GDP of Denmark at $405 billion and Iran at $401 billion. It's larger than the combined economies of Portugal and New Zealand. About 150 countries have smaller GDPs than Musk's wealth. His net worth is more than 1.5 times China's military budget of $231 billion, almost 5 times Russia's defense spending of $88 billion. Musk's wealth is greater than the combined market value of Ford and General Motors. He could also buy every NFL, NBA, and MLB team worth a combined $260 billion, or fund the entire International Space Station program, costing $150 billion, nearly 3 times over. On the humanitarian front, his wealth could end world hunger for 10 years, or provide clean drinking water to the entire planet for decades.
If you are sick of the United States and you wonder where do Americans emigrate to, this is the right video. Did you know that there are over 8 million Americans currently living abroad? That's for scale as one New Jersey's worth of US expats out there roaming the world. Let's see which countries do Americans emigrate to. First up, Mexico. Not just for spring breakers anymore. Over 1.5 million Americans have made Mexico their new home. Maybe it's the tacos, maybe it's the tequila, but who can blame them? Next on the list, Canada. With about 800,000 Americans now calling it home. It ranks very highly for quality of life, safety, health, and environment, and it has a stable political landscape. Then we have the United Kingdom. Around 200,000 Yankees are swapping burgers for bangers and MASH. It's like Downton Abbey, but with more baseball caps. Jokes aside, with a common language and a highly advanced economy, it's no surprise Britain is one of the most popular destinations in the world for American expats. Australia is also catching some American fever with 100,000 expatriates soaking up the sundown under. Kangaroos, barbecues, and accents that make everything sound cheerful. Spain's got a slice of the American pie too, with about 95,000 expats. The allure of siestas, fiestas, and tapas proves too tempting to resist.
TikTok is now banned in the US for all users, but many countries did this long before the United States. You see, India banned TikTok in June 2020, as well as some Middle Eastern countries like Afghanistan, Iran, Jordan, and Syria. Also, Somalia completely banned the app. You won't believe it, but TikTok is even banned in China as well. In China, people have their own version of TikTok called Douyin, with access restricted to the Western version of the app. Other countries like Australia and New Zealand, as well as many European nations such as Austria, France, and the UK, have banned the app on government devices. The same was done by Canada, which will most likely follow the United States example of completely banning the app. The ban of TikTok in the United States has caused a lot of public upheaval, raising fears of free speech control. What do you think?
The mark of the beast, the physical body, the 666 carbon suit.